Hey y'all, Little Drummer Boy here, and today I'm at the Bunker Hill Covered Bridge in Claremont, North Carolina. It's one of two existing covered bridges left in the state. The other one is in Randolph County. It's on Highway 70 in between Claremont and Catawba, North Carolina, and Catawba County in the western part of the state. And it was built in and when I say two existing covered bridges, I mean two existing original old covered bridges, because I know up on 105 up around Banner Elk there's another one too, and there's one around Chimney Rock, but those are newer. But this is one of two original covered bridges left in North Carolina, and it's just been refurbished by Groton and Associates in New Hampshire, because all the flooding we've had this year has actually it washed out the underpinnings of it, and they had to redo it. And here it says National Historic Civil Engineering Landmark, Bunker Hill Covered Bridge, the only remaining example of the improved lattice truss timber bridge patented by General Herman Haupt 1817 and 1905 in 1839. Haupt was chief of military railroads for the Union Army during the Civil War. This Philadelphia-born civil and military engineer, author and inventor and industrialist was one of the first to develop a rational method of truss analysis. His 1851 book, General Theory of the Bridge Construction, is one of the earliest American books on bridge engineering. And I said 1894. For some reason, I thought it said 1894 on the historical marker. This says constructed in 1895 and restored in 1994 after it was hit by a tornado. It survived a tornado, among other things like flooding. And then they've got some, and this place is free. It's owned by the Catawba County Historical Association. They've got places for picnics. It's a good place to bring your family and picnic, especially on a beautiful day like today, and especially with all this social distancing stuff going on right now. This would be a great place to bring your family or your lover or whatever. Very secluded, beautiful place, peaceful place. It's a good place just to get away from it all and unwind. There's Hop's picture. I think it's the only one left of his design. It has no pillars underneath. It pushes itself together. And when they refurbished it, they talked about taking down the graffiti, but some of it is almost as old as the bridge itself. You know, in one end of it, there's carved 1895. So they decided to leave the graffiti because it's part of the bridge itself. You know, I mean, it's the Bunker Hill Covered Bridge will not be the Bunker Hill Covered Bridge without the graffiti. And you see, it was put together with pegs like this right here. So it's 125 years old this year. It was named for the Bunker Hill plantation that used to be here, and I guess that was named after the Battle of Bunker Hill, you know, which was one of the first battles in the Revolution up in Boston. I'm not sure exactly how the plantation got its name, but the Bunker Hill plantation used to be here, and the bridge was built here in 1895, and it was covered in 1900. So the bridge is 125 years old, but it wasn't covered until 120 years ago in 1900. And right here, I want to show you this. Somebody's graffitied over top of it, but underneath it you can see groceries, hardware, farm implements, W.A. Hoke's store. They sold the lumber for this bridge, and they've still got their imprint on the lumber here. And the Hokes, you know, are a very prominent family in Claremont. They own the cafe. I'm not sure, maybe somebody, and you might be from Claremont, can fill me in. I'm not sure where the Hoke store was. Engaged September 26, 2010. Ruru and Pookie. They got engaged here. I don't know if there's ever been any weddings here or not, but that would be it would be a really cool place to get married. And look, Noah was here. I got a story about these rafters up top. My papa, when he was a little boy, he was born in 1904, and he knew a guy that worked night shift, and he climbed up in the rafters and dropped a bunch of buckets, like metal buckets, down from there behind the guy to scare him. And the guy, without even turning around, the guy said, "Walt Little, you get down from there right now." He knew it was my papa, because papa liked to cut up. Right here is where it says 1895. Somebody carved that into it. But I don't know if that was done in 1895, probably so, but or if somebody did it later. And this was on the, oh wow, they've got it fenced off where you can't go under it anymore. Used to, you could go under there, and as a kid, my mom would bring us fishing, or would bring us swimming. There's people that fish down here too, and you see there's a little beach on the other side. I guess you can get down there that way, but and this is Lyles Creek, which goes under the covered bridge. But yeah, we used to come down here swimming when we were kids down there on that little beach. Can't really see it for the leaves. But this road, this is the old Island Ford Road, which went to Island Ford, where Lookout Dam is now. And that's where this area got the name Catfish, because during the Revolution, the British Army crossed at Cowan's Ford, where Cowan's Ford Dam that creates Lake Norman is now. But the American Army crossed up here at Island Ford, crossed the Catawba River at Island Ford, where Lookout Dam is now. And this road was the Island Ford Road, and they would have came through here. The bridge wasn't here yet. It wasn't here till over 100 years later, but they would have came right through here on the old Island Ford Road. This is the road that most of the German settlers came through in the 1750s when they were coming into present-day Catawba County. They came in on the Island Ford Road, and local Native American historian Tommy Sign told me that basically all of our roads are thousands of years old. They were first buffalo trails, and then the buffalo trails became Indian trails. And then when the settlers came, they turned the Indian trails into roads. And basically, and this bridge was used for automobile traffic until 1940, 80 years ago. And I was here when they refurbished it in 1994, and they had a parade of cars go across it. If your car was built in 1940 or before, you could drive it across the covered bridge when they refurbished it. And I wish I'd had my dad's Model A running at the time. I would have loved to have driven it across here. Trying to think what else I should tell you about it. Oh, the Island Ford Road was pretty much made obsolete when Highway 70 was built right over there, about a quarter mile from here, in 1927. I mean, it still followed along the same route, but Highway 70 replaced the Island Ford Road. And then in the early 60s, I-40 came through here and became the prominent route other than Highway 70. It's just a beautiful old bridge. Come visit it, bring your kids, bring your family. When and if school gets back in session this year, after the Wuhan virus, come bring your field trips. But yeah, this is the Bunker Hill Covered Bridge, Claremont, North Carolina, built in 1895. Little drummer boy, y'all. If you like my content, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon so you can get notifications when I upload new videos. Thank you and have a blessed day.